Hello everyone, thank you for listening and watching. If this video has found you, there's a message here for you, but please take what resonates and leave the rest. So I've been picking up on a lot of fear in the collective. Fear that something is going to happen, fear that something won't happen. You know, there's three things that I know to be true about fear, okay? First of all, fear, the energy of it is very real, okay? We know this. We can feel it. It has a visceral effect on us physically. You know, we can get butterflies in our stomach, sweating, nervous, all of the things that happen as a physical manifestation of fear, okay? So it does need to be acknowledged. The second thing that is true about fear is that it is a learned behavior, okay? We only have two fears when we're babies, when we're born: the fear of falling and loud noises. All the other fears that we have up to this point were learned, were observed, were witnessed, and we have taken on this energy of fear as our own. The third thing to remember about fear, having said that, is that it's a choice. Yes, we could be facing some really challenging situations, perhaps even some dangerous situations, but being fearful is a choice, okay? It's something that is easily chosen because we're accustomed to it, right? There's fear all around us. There's always fear being projected at us, but understand that fear is a choice, okay? So I want to offer you 5 tips for releasing fear, dealing with fear. The first tip is to release the fear, okay? If you're trying to manifest something, if you want something to happen, or if you don't want something to happen, the first thing you need to ask for, pray for, manifest is the releasing of fear, because this is going to block whatever it is that you want to come in. It absolutely will. So the first step, before you try to manifest anything, before you pray for anything, is to ask God, Spirit, your angels, your ancestors, your guides to help you to release the fear, okay? The second tip is to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for being in a situation where you've created fear, okay? Forgive yourself for anything that you did when you were in survival mode. Forgive yourself for any mistakes that you've made that have caused you to be fearful of outcomes or whatever could happen. Forgive yourself. You are always doing the best that you can with the understanding, the awareness, and knowledge that you have at this current time. So forgive yourself. The third tip is to remember what God has done for you already, okay? Think of all of the blessings in your life, all of the situations and circumstances that you were in that seemed impossible. You had no way of getting out of it on your own. You had no resources. You couldn't see your way out, but God made a way out of no way. He has done it so many times before. So you need to remember that and stand on that and let that build your faith. The fourth step is to use affirmations. But you have tools to use. Use your affirmations. All of my needs are met. Everything comes to me in divine timing. I trust God to make a way out of no way. All of my needs are met. All of my needs are met. All of my needs are met. You may need to repeat this to yourself thousands of times throughout the day or week or whatever until you know, not just understand, but know that what you need, what you want is coming to you, and it will be for your highest good, okay? So use your affirmations over and over and over again. The final tip I can offer you is distraction, okay? A lot of times fear comes from overthinking, right? Overthinking a problem, overthinking a situation. You need to put it down, distract yourself, go do something else. For me, I like to distract myself with funny videos, funny animal videos, funny farting videos. Those are hilarious to me. Or reading a book, getting caught up in a good like Netflix series or something to distract you, to keep your mind occupied, okay? And away from the problem, the circumstance, the situation that you may not have a solution for. All right? Distract yourself. What that also does is it releases your hold, your grip on the situation so that spirit can make something happen. Because as long as you're in the way, overthinking, thinking worst case scenarios, trying to figure out what you can do, or making hasty decisions because you're scared, doing things that could possibly make the situation worse. Distract yourself. Pull back from that situation. Go do something else. We all have things in our life that we can get distracted with, okay? And make sure it's a good distraction, but that will help you to release the fear because you're not even thinking about it. You're focused on whatever it is that you're using to distract yourself from the problem so that spirit can work. All right. So I hope these tips are helpful for you. We don't have to succumb to our fear. We acknowledge it. We see that it's there. We release it because it does not serve us. Fear does not serve us in any way, shape, or form, okay? The only thing that it benefits us in is, using our discernment, right? Knowing that if I do this, this might happen, or if I do that, that might happen. That's the only real purpose of fear. But even then, it's not really fear. It's your discernment, right? It's your intuition. So trust it. Release the fear. You have tools to use, and I know you can do it. All right? So thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.